I'll put it out there. There's weird tension between the multi-sport parents and the parents who are pro single sport. And I want to talk about this because I get a lot of comments about it on multiple videos. My credentials, we've been doing sports since my kid was like 3, did travel sports as early as they could sign up, and my oldest is now in high school. So we've been doing multiple sports for a lot of years. Football, soccer, basketball, wrestling, baseball. For my oldest kid, baseball is typically our biggest focus. It's a big focus with my younger one, but just as equal as football. We realized that there's going to be overlapping with off-season training. Kids are going to have to pick what their priority is. And that's fair. You have to do what your kid wants to do. However, I have my son who doesn't do a winter sport. He grinds hard for baseball all winter long. Like every day he's doing sports training, he's doing pitching training, he's hitting, he's running, so he's like prime and ready by the time baseball season comes. And I get it, that type of grind is not for everybody. If it's not what you want, it's not what you want. If your kid is just okay with doing it once in a while, that's totally fine. Here's the thing, even when my son was wrestling, he was still on his own doing hitting practice, catching practice, pitching training, because he couldn't always make it to the winter practices for baseball. But he wanted to get touches and he wanted to be ready. So on his own with my husband, he would tell him, let's go to the facility, let's go train. That's what some kids have to do so they can be season ready. But you see, my problem is when you get into a season and you hear that parents are complaining about their kids' playing time, where they're playing on the field, where they are in the lineup. What you need to understand is that there are kids who are grinding and they are ready and they're well prepared. Better prepared than your kid who, if they didn't go out on their own and hit, they're a little rusty swinging a bat. So yeah, of course the kids who are grinding are going to play more playing time and be ahead of the kids who are not prepared. And it's no offense to the multi-sport athletes who choose to not spend their extra time because they're tired and they want rest. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't just say, oh, but my kid was doing a winter sport and so they weren't able to make it to the practices. Nobody's judging your kid for that. But what other parents do think about is, why are you complaining about your kid's playing time when you should know full and good that your kid is not as prepared as the other ones? Because they are rusty swinging and they are rusty pitching. So the kids who are prepared are going to play above them. So I just don't understand the tension. All I know is that the kids who are going to be on the field, the kids who are at the top of the lineup, are the ones who are going to be the most prepared and most ready to be out there on the field. So if your kid was busy doing a winter sport all winter and they didn't spend any time preparing for the baseball season, then it shouldn't be a shock that it's going to take them longer to get into the flow of the baseball season when there's kids who are already good and ready now because they've been training all winter. So anyways,